Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together.
Hey everyone, happy podcast day. So let's get right to it. I want you guys to get motivated today. I want you to get ready to clean. Do whatever you do that gets you motivated and ready to go, whether that's drinking a nice coffee, that's mine, lighting candles, getting your Scentsy going, making your house smell nice, open up some windows, let some light in. Maybe you just need to get your kids occupied on an activity, on a cartoon. Maybe you don't have kids, but you just need to get what if you have, it's whatever works for you. If you do exercises in the morning and that's what gets your blood pumping and ready to clean, do that, stretch. If you're an unhealthy person like me and you just want a cake pop and an iced coffee on cleaning days, then treat yourself. I treat myself on major cleaning days with an iced coffee and a cake pop, because why not? And that gets me going and gets me motivated, and also opening my windows, it just brightens the mood. I always mention that because it really, really helps me to get motivated. So do whatever works for you personally, and then let's get right to it and just start with the laundry. So we're going to do a laundry switch, move your clothes from the washer to the dryer, and from the dryer to a laundry basket for after the episode. We're going to fold those after the episode. And remember, with laundry, it's best if you fold, the same day that you do the laundry, within the same couple hours that you do it. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there in a pile, and we don't want that. So I like to think of laundry, like I always say, like a fun activity. Like, I think of it as relaxation. So when I'm folding my laundry, I trick my brain and I'm like, this is my break. I've been on my feet cleaning for a full hour, so now I'm going to take a break, put my feet up, watch my favorite show, listen to my favorite podcast, what have you, and I'm just going to leisurely clean. And I think of it more as a break, and then that's how I get through it, and then I'm able to fold all my laundry in one sitting and put it all away, and I get a lot more done that way. A lot of my cleaning tactics for me involve tricking my brain into motivating myself and thinking of things more. It's how you perceive things and how you think about cleaning. To get you motivated, you want to have a positive attitude towards your day and towards cleaning. If you're dreading it in your head, it's going to get put off, and you're going to just keep looking at that pile of dishes and just not want to do it, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse in your head. And once you actually get to doing it, it's a lot less of a terrible thing than you work it up to be in your head. But a lot of times we think about it too much, and we overthink about it, and it stresses us out, and we're like, oh, I just can't do that right now. It's just too much, and we don't know where to start. So that's what I'm here for. Relax. We're going to do it one step at a time. Think of it one chore at a time. Think of it in a positive light. We're going to get things done today. Think about how good you're going to feel after your house is clean. And just be doing the laundry switch while I'm talking. And if you are having a busy day and you don't have time to maybe fold too many clothes, on my lazy days, I always just do a load of towels at least, but I like to do at least one load of laundry no matter what a day, just to keep up with it in my house, because I have a lot of laundry. So if you are maybe having a lazy day, maybe try doing a load of towels or something easy to fold. If not, if you're behind and you have a specific thing you need to wash, or maybe you're bedding or anything like that, then you can do that. Okay, so once you guys are done with doing the laundry switch, let's go ahead and move on to our kitchens. and let's just get right into doing the dishes. Let's go and first, let's gather all the dishes from around your house. Say you have some cups or something in bowls or anything in kids' rooms, in your room. Just go around your house, your living area, everywhere, and just go room to room and gather any dishes, stray dishes you may have open. Do you have any to-go, do you have any leftover containers that have old food in it, anything like that needs to be cleaned out? If so, take those out of your fridge and dispose of the food so you can do that while you're in dish mode. I like to get any dirty dishes out of my refrigerator while I'm in dish cleaning mode. That way, I don't put it off and it doesn't just end up sitting there. So I always like to because I'm really bad at cleaning out my fridge, so I like to, when I'm doing my dishes, just give my fridge a little once over and check it out and see if there's anything that needs to be taken out, thrown away, or a dish that needs to be cleaned out. So right now, if you're like me and your fridge maybe doesn't get a lot of attention, just check it really quickly. Is there anything expired? Throw that out. If there's any dishes that need to be cleaned, throw the food away, dispose of the food, and then put them in your dirty dish pile. And then once you're done with that and done gathering all the dishes, let's go ahead and start with unloading your dishwasher if you have one, or your dish rack, and just let's unload all of those dishes to make room for the clean dishes. Put them all away. And if you're putting your dishes away and you're realizing, like, my utensil drawer is a little out of hand, that's something that's like a hot spot for me. Every once in a while, my utensil drawer will get a little bit, like, wild because I do have kids and they tend to throw things. I have a very large utensil drawer where I keep, like, my ladles and spoons and everything. It's like a really long drawer, and then I have, like, one of those little organizers for your utensils. And I love constructive criticism, and I did see the comment about me saying like a lot. I guess it's because I'm from California and I just realized I just said it. Now I'm conscious of it. I do appreciate those kind of comments. I am trying not to say it. It's kind of a habit, so I'm going to try to break that for y'all. It's probably annoying. I realize that now. It's a filler word. But anyway, like I said, if you are noticing as you're putting away your dishes anything that needs attention, but maybe you don't have time today, just write it down in your cleaning journal. I like to keep just a little notebook of things, to-do list, of extra chores, bonus chores as we like to call them. So if you're noticing any bonus chores that need attending to, any cabinets or anything like that are getting a little bit crazy, a little bit disorganized, just write that down in your bonus chore journal. I like to have a notebook nearby of to-do lists and pause me and just write it down real quick and get to it as soon as possible. And once you're done putting away your dishes, let's just start with our pre-rinsing. I like to do a very thorough pre-rinse before I do my dishes. That way the act of doing the dishes isn't that difficult because I've done the hard part of getting all the nasty food off of it. I like to scrape off I don't have a garbage disposal at my house, but I like to scrape off all of the food and just do a very thorough pre-rinsing first, and then I go in with the soap, and then I do cups, then utensils, then bowls, then plates, then pots and pans. And after you do your pre-rinse, if you have any pans that have anything crusted on, or leftover pans or plates that you got out of the fridge that are crusted on, either leave those to soak while you're doing your other things like your cups and your utensils and stuff, or you can boil some hot water in the pan with like some salt in it to get up that grime and that the crusted on stuff if it's a pan. If not, you can just soak it in soapy hot water while we're cleaning our other things. So just be chugging along on those dishes, and everyone dreads the dishes, but you just have to think of it as a positive thing, and you're getting it over with. You're gonna knock it out. And for me, once I get those dishes done first thing, as soon as I start cleaning, I'm like ready to go, and it makes me feel good about my cleaning, and it makes me feel good about my house and about myself that I got those dishes done, because it is something that I don't particularly like. So when I get those done first thing, it really helps me gain momentum to clean the rest of my house. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to talk a little bit, just give you a little update about me. I found some awesome things at Goodwill that I was super excited about. I mentioned for me, a motivator for cleaning is just getting little things for my house every now and again. And lately I've been really into decorating. So I found these 2 awesome pictures. They're like these metal kind of art pieces that are shaped like leaves. It's kind of hard to explain, but I will post pictures on my Patreon. And I got them for $5 a piece at Goodwill, and there was 2 of them, and they match my stuff perfectly. They match my walls. They match my orange and blue decor. I'm super into orange and blue right now, and it just really tied a lot of stuff together in my house, and I was super hyped up that I found those. I love going to Goodwill and finding stuff like that. It's really like one of my guilty pleasures is just decorating. I found lately I've been super into it. So, and it really makes me want to keep my house clean and looking nice. Like, whereas I've been in slumps before where I'm not really feeling cleaning my house and I'm kind of letting it go, but whenever I get stuff like that, and it just makes me take more pride in my house, and I find myself like being like, hey, don't mess up my pillows, and I'm taking more pride in the house and maintaining it better because I have all these new decorations and it looks so nice when everything's put together, so it motivates me. And I just want you guys to work on finding that thing that works for you, because not everyone's going to be like me. Not everyone is going to get super excited about a picture they found or something that ties their room together. I'm just into that right now. I never used to be, but it's just a phase I'm going through. So just find your thing that motivates you to keep the house clean. Maybe it's just like I said, how you start your day, stretching maybe, opening windows, whatever it is. Just find whatever works for you. For me, it's just finding little things to decorate my house, little cheap items, and it really just helps me want to maintain. Also, I've mentioned before, tricking my brain, I'm preparing for company. Like, when your mother-in-law is coming to the house or something and you want your house to look nice, pretend that every day your whatever person means a lot to you. Like, you don't want them to catch you with a dirty house. Think of that person, and this also works for me. Think of that person and then be like, what if they came right now? Would my house look good? Would I be happy with my house, or would I be embarrassed? And that kind of tricks my brain too and helps me want to keep the house clean. And still be working on your dishes while I talk, of course. Because in my case, I don't really get a lot of visitors, so I don't really get motivated a lot of times to clean my house because visitors are actually coming to my house, because I don't get a lot of people coming to my house. But I just trick my brain and think, like, what if, my mother-in-law were to come right now? Would I be happy with my house? She does stop by occasionally, and I just pretend like I'm getting company, and like, what if I'm getting company right now? Okay, let me just clean up and get company ready. That's like a tag word, phrase that my mom used to always say. Let's get the house company ready, guys. I learned that from her. So maybe think of that next time you are, or today while you're cleaning and listening to the podcast. Is my house company ready? Let's work on getting our house company ready today, as Ronnie would say, the creator of the show. So in the spirit of getting company ready, let's make sure we get every single dish out of the refrigerator, because sometimes company likes to look in that refrigerator, maybe they're going to get a water, maybe there's somebody that's, a family member that's going to get into your fridge. Pretend like they are, and just make sure you check your fridge, like I said. Make sure you're checking your cabinets, utensil drawer. Company ready is the key word here. And you guys should be almost done with the dishes. No worries if you're not. You can pause me, rewind me, whatever the case may be. We all have disaster days. We all have bad dish days. That's fine. I've been there 1,000 times. Some of us just have a lot of dishes, have a lot of kids, have a lot going on. Or maybe you're just a little bit behind on the dishes. That's no big deal. You guys can rewind me or just keep listening for the entertainment purposes, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to other areas of the kitchen. So, like with any room, we just want to get anything that does not belong in the kitchen dining room area and just put that away where it goes. So if you see anything on the countertop that does not belong, or on your table, I know sometimes dining room tables, if we don't eat at them a lot, or if we do, but you just have a small house like I do, or maybe that's just an easy accessible place for you to put your stuff when you get home from work. A lot of times, countertops or kitchen tables, stuff like that, can be a catch-all or a hot spot, if you will, like we like to call it. So just get anything that doesn't belong and put them away in their place. Throw any trash away, of course. That's always first. Throw any trash in the trash can that's laying around in the kitchen. Anything that does not belong, put it away. If things do belong in the kitchen, but maybe they don't need a permanent home on your countertop, like Instapots, blenders, anything like that maybe doesn't need a permanent home, and it would look a little less cluttered if you put it in a cabinet and away and out of sight, out of mind. You could do that just to make more surface area on your countertop, make it look less cluttered, and also it'll make it easier when you're doing the wiping down step. And going with the company thing, I use this a lot because it really does work when you're tricking yourself into getting the house company ready, as that's going to be the phrase of the day is company ready. So when we're getting our house company ready, what is out of place in your kitchen? Look from the perspective of another person and think, what is making my kitchen area look cluttered? Should all these knickknacks be on my countertop? Do they all need to have a home here? Because sometimes, I have a few knickknacks that are on my windowsill on my countertop, but sometimes people start to put things there that they just find, like little toys, little picture frames, or just random miscellaneous stuff, and it gets a little bit too cluttered, and every once in a while I need to purge and just get some of that stuff and put it away in the other rooms where they're supposed to go, instead of on my kitchen counter, because there's not a lot of space on a kitchen counter, and you want your kitchen counter to be as clutter-free as possible. It just looks better, it looks nicer. And if you don't have an issue with having hot spots on your countertops or your kitchen table, maybe you have an issue with setting stuff on top of your refrigerator. Like if you have small kids, sometimes we want to put stuff up high and then we put it on our refrigerator, and then that starts to look cluttered, and you don't notice it until you're looking from the perspective of a stranger, and then you're thinking, well, if someone walks in my house, they're going to see all this junk on top of my refrigerator, and it kind of stands out. I don't notice stuff like that right away because you get used to your own stuff and your own clutter, but that's why we're looking from the perspective of company, and then we're looking and seeing if there's any cluttery spots. Anything that maybe you have way too much old mail sitting on your countertop. I bring this one up a lot too because it's something I struggle with. go through that mail, and if there's old bills sitting there, throw them away. It only takes like 5 seconds to just throw away old bills and consolidate and, get rid of all the extra junk that's on your counter. Then once you've done that, we're going to get our trusty dusty Clorox wipes. I love the generic scented, lemon scented ones, and you can use whatever you like to wipe down the countertops. And also, I just wanted to take this time to say that a friend of mine is selling Avon cleaning supplies. They have cleaning supplies now, and they're actually pretty good. And I'll put the link for her. She's a single mom, stay-at-home mom, and it would really help her out if you bought from some cleaning supplies from her. So I'll put the link for her Avon cleaning supplies in the description. She gave me some to use, and they're really good. So they have Swiffer, the Swiffer things that you put on your Swiffer and stuff, and they're really good, and they smell good. So try it out. Help out a stay-at-home mom. I'll put the link in the description. Just help her out, and I mean, we all need those supplies. They work great. They work just as good as any other ones, maybe even better. So just try them out and see, help out somebody. Because, you can get that stuff at Walmart, but why not get the same stuff from somebody that needs the help, and instead of a big corporation that doesn't need your money? I like to, buy stuff from people that work from home, and, like me, I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time trying to make money from home, and so, if you wouldn't mind taking the time and just checking out what they have to offer, check out that link. Her name is Laura. She's the mother of my stepdaughters. So just, check that out for me. But anyway, take your cleaning wipes, whatever you prefer, whatever ones you have on hand, and let's just do a thorough wipe down of your countertops. Make sure you get behind the sink if there's any gunk, your faucets, underneath any appliances, window seals, kitchen tables. Make sure there's nothing sticky on your chairs, high chairs. Do a deep cleaning of your high chairs. Microwaves. Don't forget your microwave. Make sure you get the inside of your microwave. Take out that little glass thing and either wipe it off or rinse it off in the sink. If it's dirtier than needing just a wipe, you can take it in the sink and use your sponge and then clean it off. And I've mentioned before that I like the Sponge Daddy sponges also for stuff like that. They're really good and firm, and they last a long time. And someone gave me a tip. I think I mentioned the other day to put the sponges in the microwave and microwave them. And I think I forgot to say to make them wet before you do that to sanitize them. Yeah, make sure they're wet first, of course. But that's a good way to sanitize. Someone corrected me on that, and I'm sorry that I did not mention that. But yes, make sure they're wet before you put your sponges in the microwave to sanitize them. And then, as always, once you're done doing a very thorough wipe down of your kitchen, you might have some crumbs that have fallen on the floor. And we're going to do a whole house floor clean at the end of the episode, but let's make sure to just do a little spot sweep if there's major crumbs on the floor. That way we're not tracking it into the other room, especially if you have carpet. We had a little issue with some water damage coming up underneath our wood floor. So they're going to put in carpet. The landlord's going to put in carpet in our living area in the next couple days. So we're going to have carpet soon. So that'll be different. But I do like vacuuming. I enjoy vacuuming for some reason, so that'll be fun. And it's a lot of work sometimes. I have a dark wood floor, so a lot of things, like every little thing shows up on it. And I have to clean the floor pretty frequently. which is a good thing and a bad thing because my floor's usually clean because I have to clean it all the time. But also I'm excited to have a little bit of carpet because, one, I have a big area rug in my living area now, so I don't have to worry about the kids messing up the carpet, and because we have a small area that's going to get the carpet anyway, and two, I do like to vacuum. So, but now I'm rambling, so let's go ahead and move on to the living area, if you don't mind. And since this is our full hour cleaning day, we're going to go ahead and take those cushions off your couch and do a vacuum underneath your cushions. Or if you have any crumbs, if you need that, you might not need that. I usually always do. And if you don't have a hand vacuum, then I take the broom. Before I had my hand vacuum, I take a broom and I just sweep off the crumbs onto the floor and then sweep them up or vacuum them up with a regular vacuum. Or you can use the attachment for your vacuum to vacuum it, either way. And then take those cushions and put them back on. Make your couch look nice and pretty. Fix your pillows. If you have any stains on your couch, if they're really major and your couch is a cloth couch that you can take off the covers and wash them, you might need to do that. I don't like to overdo that because it does make like holes in your... I said like again. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying not to say it. It does make holes in your covers over time if you overwash your couch covers. I have a cloth couch, so you know that I do have a couple holes on the bottom from overwashing. So I prefer to spot clean now just so I don't completely destroy my couches. So I get like some Resolve, or that I had that thing that was a carpet cleaner with a sponge brush attached to it, and it dispensed the soap, and then it had the little attachment sponge on it, and then it was really handy and great. I ran out of it. I need to get more, but that's great for cleaning your couch. Or you can just use regular Resolve in a hot water rag, a rag with hot water, and just get the stains off of your couch if they need it. And then look underneath your couch. Does your underneath the couch need cleaning? If so, if you are physically able to, move your couch a little bit and sweep or vacuum underneath the couch. Get any toys or miscellaneous junk that has been swept underneath your couch. That's very good to do every once in a while. If you can't physically move your couch yourself, get a broom and just do like a sweeping motion and sweep all of the stuff out from underneath your couch. I do that as well sometimes because sometimes I don't want to move my entire couch. If I'm doing like a deep clean and I'm mopping underneath my couch, then I will. But usually I just do a sweep underneath. And I have wood floor right now, so once I get my carpet, I probably won't have as many things finding its way underneath the couch. I think because I have a wood floor, I get more things that end up rolling underneath my couch. But anyway, once you're done with that, just like any room of the house, look and see if there's anything. Company ready is the key word here, so look at your entryway. Does your rug need to be cleaned? Your entryway rug, does it need to be vacuumed or just taken outside and shaken off? Does your TV stand need to be wiped down? Mine usually always does. It always has little fingerprints on it, or dusted. I like to wet dust with my Clorox wipes. I love those, but if you like to dry dust, that's fine. Just whatever you need to do with that, do that. If you're cleaning your TV, make sure you're not spraying any product directly on it, but that probably needs to be wiped down. I have a big mirror in my living area now, also from Goodwill, $15. It's really awesome and big. I was really happy to find that, but spray that with some Windex and just wipe down your mirror if you have that. Or maybe your windows need to be cleaned, window sills. Maybe those need to be cleaned. Maybe your blinds need to be cleaned. Maybe you have a lot of dust on your blinds. Try getting some wipes or a wet rag or a duster and dust those blinds off. That's something I don't always get to. That's more of a bonus chore. But if you need to do that, maybe you have cobwebs. I like to use my hand vacuum to get the cobwebs because I'm scared of spiders, just in case there's a spider. But you can use a duster for that too. Make sure you get any cobwebs that are near corners of your living area ceiling. And if you have a rug or carpeting on your floor, maybe you need to spot clean, just like you did with the couch, with like Resolve or a carpet cleaner on your floor. So just open your windows so you can see better and see if there's any spots that need spot cleaning on your floor before we do our actual floor clean later on. And while I'm in my living area, it makes me think of pets. So if you're like me and you have pets, maybe clean the litter box at this time, feed your pets, clean your dog's bedding in his bed, whatever. I do my pet chores during this time. That's just me personally. You may or may not have pets, but when I'm in my living area, I think of my pets, and then I do that at that time. So that's just what I do. And then check out any pictures or, art pieces you have in your living area. Do they need to be dusted off or wiped down? Or maybe they just are crooked and you need to fix them. Just check out your pictures. They need to be wiped down. Anything need to be done there. Go ahead and do that. If you have any scuff marks on your doors from pets, kids, what have you, life, magic erasers are great for that. Dampen a magic eraser and get those scuff marks off. They come right off. You just have to use a little bit of elbow grease, but I love having a stock of magic erasers for stuff like that. And if you want to clean door handles and light switches, stuff like that gets handled a lot with sanitizing wipes or sanitizing spray, disinfecting spray, you can do that now too as well. I like to do that when I'm doing my living area clean. And then once you guys are done with that, we're going to go ahead and move quickly to the bathroom area, and we're going to get started on the bathroom. So with the bathroom, I have a laundry basket in my bathroom. Just makes it easier for the kids and everything, so there's not clothes being thrown on the floor. And sorry about any background noise. I am recording this in the parking lot before work. But if you have any dirty clothes in your restroom, go ahead and take those to the laundry area so that they are there for when you are doing your laundry. And then once you've done that, same thing, anything that does not belong in your bathroom, go ahead and put that away where it goes at this time. And then move on to your countertops. Do your countertops have a lot of clutter on it? Makeup, hair straighteners, hair brushes, anything that does not belong and that could be, or that maybe has found a permanent home on your countertop but does not need to be there. Go ahead and put it away, out of sight, out of mind, in a cabinet drawer. And like I've mentioned before, I like to have little tubs underneath my sink for each person in my house. I have 2 stepdaughters, so miscellaneous stuff goes in their bucket. Like if I find earrings, rings, whatever, that they take off while they're showering or whatever, and they leave it in the bathroom. Brushes, clips, etc. Those go in the little bins. That's a great idea my mom gave me, to have one for each kid. And it kind of consolidates everything, personal items, toiletries, stuff like that for each kid. It's good to have little baskets for each of them underneath the sink. But let's try to put everything that doesn't need to be on your countertop away. And if you're noticing clutter in any of your cabinets in your bathroom or underneath your sink, and you don't have time to maybe do that today, take note, write that down in your cleaning journal. Pause me and just scroll it down really quick, and for a later day, maybe tomorrow, whenever you have more time on your day off or something, and reorganize that on a day that you have time. But once we've cleared all of the stuff off the countertop, if you keep your toothbrushes on your countertop, maybe you need to move those because when you don't want to get any chemicals on those. And let's spray the mirror with Windex or window cleaner and clean that with a paper towel. And then we'll get our sinks and countertops. And I like to use Clorox wipes again for this, but you can use whatever, wet rag, whatever you choose to use, paper towels. And I like to just thoroughly wipe down anything on the countertop. Make sure you get your faucet around your faucet, any soap buildup, soap scum. If you have a buildup of soap scum, you can use scrubbing bubbles or something. Or if you don't have that, you can use white vinegar, put it in a Ziploc bag, put that on your faucet and secure it with a hair tie and let it sit there, and that gets rid of hard water buildup or soap scum. That's a natural remedy to do that if you don't have like a scrubbing bubbles or something like that. Then I like to put gloves on for this part because it helps me get down and dirty and get more thorough when I'm cleaning the toilet, but I like to put some gloves on. And then I like to do first put the bleach in the toilet. I like to use the one with the nozzle, the Clorox one that has the nozzle that gets underneath the rim. Ideally, when I have that on hand, I like to use that. So I squirt that under the rim and I let it sit, the bleach sit, to make sure it does its thing. And then make sure you have a fan on and a window open or whatever while you're doing this, of course, and never mix chemicals. If you're using bleach, use bleach. And then I take my Clorox wipes and I thoroughly wipe down areas you touch first. If you're using a rag instead of disposable things to wipe down, make sure you're doing the places that you touch first, like the seat of the toilet or the handle first, then the seat of the toilet, etc. And just thoroughly clean your toilet. Make sure you get the sides of the toilet behind the toilet. The seat cover part usually snaps off, so you can do a real thorough cleaning on that back part of the toilet. That usually gets dirty really quickly, so I like to do a nice wipe down of that very often. And make sure you get all of the cracks and crevices of all of the parts of the seat of the toilet, and that's what the gloves are for, so you can get really thorough with that. And then once you're done completely wiping down the toilet, then you can get a scrub brush and just scrub the inside of your toilet that has the bleach in it really well, and then flush it, and then you're good to go. And if you like your toilet to smell fresh every time you flush, there's the little trick that you can get, like Pine Sol or whatever smells nice. Poke a little hole in it and put it in the back of your toilet in the water, and then every time you flush, it'll smell like it. And then we're going to move on to the shower. So for the shower, if you have grout that is starting to look grimy or dirty and you just can't seem to get it clean, you can use that toilet bleach for that and just target the grout with it. Squeeze it onto the grout, let it sit for a little bit, and then get it with a toothbrush. So that's a good trick for any grout that looks dirty. And I like to maintain, like I said, I like to keep one of those sponges that you can put soap or something in it and it dispenses it. I like to keep a scrubbing bubbles type situation inside of my sponge, and then every time I take a shower I just do a once over just to maintain. But on my cleaning days like today, I like to take Ajax. I dampen my tub and then I sprinkle Ajax in the tub. And I also use my sponge to scrub all of the areas of my tub, making sure I get where the shampoos and stuff go, so there's no, because the more often you do it, the less buildup of like soap and stuff you get. So I like to maintain that, because with anything, the longer you let it go, the harder it is to clean because you have more buildup. So the more you maintain, the easier things are on you. And so I like to do that. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated space, of course. But once you're done, I like to use gloves for this part too because I'm dealing with bleach. And once I'm done letting it sit, I do use my sponge and I scrub the inside of my bathtub and then rinse it off with the shower head. And if your shower head has any hard water buildup, you can do the same thing with the vinegar, or you can just use a cleaner that's used for soap scum buildup and let it sit on there and then wipe it down with a sponge, a heavy duty sponge or something like that. And if you have multiple bathrooms, you can rewind me and then use the same, bathroom portion of today's episode to do your other bathroom, or you could delegate for someone else that lives in your house, whatever your situation is, to clean the other bathroom if it's their bathroom or a guest bathroom, etc. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the bedrooms today. So if you have not washed your sheets or your kids' sheets, go ahead and take those off and put them in your laundry area in a space where it's going to be made a priority, because we want our bedding washed before bedtime, of course. So make sure you make that a priority and where it can be seen. And then do the same thing as any other room. We're going to go ahead and put everything away where it goes. If there's any hot spots in your room, go ahead and, take care of that. If there's clothing on a dresser, anything like that, go ahead and put that away. Pick up the floor, pick up under the bed, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this short because I have to go into work. But don't forget, once you're done cleaning your bedroom, go ahead and do a thorough floor clean of your entire house, a sweep and a mop or a vacuum depending on your flooring, and just go through each room of the house and clean. And try out those Avon Swiffer wipes. I'll put the link in the description. Also, don't forget to fold that laundry. Once you're done with your floors, kick your feet up, put your favorite show on, and just fold that laundry and do a laundry switch. Don't forget to do that. If you don't follow, if you're not a financial supporter on Patreon, I'll put the link in the description. That's just a little insider thing I give behind the scenes of my life and the podcast, and you financially support the podcast, help me keep going. I appreciate all of you that already support me. You guys are amazing. I'll put the link for that in the description. And as always, happy cleaning. I hope you guys got a lot done today.